I was gonna get into I imagine things like that are gonna be something that a lot of these other RTS developers will be thinking about as well for the team league modes, for the team modes. I know Zero Space did open up their alpha this month, but here we go in the bottom left hand corner. We have our blue Zerg player representing SC Boy. It's F91. And in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss for Team Basilisk, Rotterdam. Here we go. Okay. So yesterday, Rotterdam was able to come out on top against Chassé, was able to bring him down with, I believe, some kind of Stargate shenanigans. Meanwhile, oh, okay, F91 going for a 15 spawning pool. This is interesting. Going for a pool first. Very unexpected. We see Rotterdam going for a pylon block on the low ground. Is going to be dipping in, and we'll get eyes on the faster spawning pool of his opponent. I'm curious to see where this all brings us here. So, with a pool first, there we go. We have a forge on the way back at home. Rotterdam. Okay, interesting reaction here. I mean, this is a nice way to defend against something like a 12 pool, but as we can see, it was just a pool first. So Rotterdam may be overreacting to this as Lings are on the way, and it looks like, yeah, F91 is going to be expanding here on the low ground. Oh my god. Almost getting his expansion up. Lings have arrived. And this is very, yeah, this is again really interesting here from Rotterdam. So again, with this forge-based opener, Rotterdam is going to be safe at home, don't get me wrong, but there's a bit of a give and take here. This will delay some of his further tech, as that's going to be a kill on the probe. But this is also very reminiscent of early 2020. This feels like SkyToss. This feels like how you would open up back in the day, going like Forge first into an expansion, into Double Stargate, Fleet Beacon, into SkyToss. I'm curious if Rotterdam is going to be embracing that. Again, I'm not really familiar with his playstyle, not really familiar with his tendencies in general, so I'm curious. I mean, it looks like a rush into SkyToss, but we'll see. We'll see if we make use of the Forge and if we start at +1, because I believe that is a full wall. Not the most visually appealing wall, but a wall nonetheless. Meanwhile, we do see F91 double expanding, getting his natural and his third base. He's going to be getting his natural and his third. Getting into his gases. Again, with this faster spawning pool, we have faster queens. And yeah, it looks like just a very safe opener from F91. No intention of being aggressive in the early game. And there is that Stargate. So far, everything is making sense from Rotterdam. Again, I'm expecting a second Stargate based on this build. I'm expecting a second Stargate. I'm expecting a fast Fleet Beacon. And from here, we can even go Void Ray first. That would make sense. I say it would make sense to go Void Ray first, but as was stated earlier, like Rotterdam does have quite a fondness for Phoenixes, and he may opt to go Mass Phoenix instead. Not the most meta of options, but very stylistic to Rotterdam. As the Fleet Beacon is finishing, there we go. We have a Phoenix first out of Roddy. With this, Phoenix is going to be shutting down the Overlord and denying any kind of scouting from F91 when it comes to the follow-up. Basically, after this Overlord dies, that is when Rotterdam will decide to throw down a second Stargate and a Fleet Beacon, or to throw down a Twilight Council. After the Overlord does get shut down. Meanwhile, Adept going to be shading out. We have a very fast lair here from F91. What was that? What, a 350-ish lair timing? Jesus. You would never get a lair this early on without good reason. So this could be a Lin Queen Nidus all in. We could be rushing towards, if we take additional gases, this could be fast Spire. For something like Muta play or Corruptor play. 2 more gases have been taken. Only 3 for the time being. We could actually rush into Hydras. This could be a bit of a Miyamika where we go straight into Lair Tech, straight into Hydras instead. I'm excited. Meanwhile, across the map, we have our tech of choice. We did start up another Phoenix, but we have +1 attack on the way and a Twilight Council. It is going to be charged lots. Okay. Phoenix is in the air, charged lots on the ground. And yes, we are rushing into Hydras. So It is a Ling Hydra Rush. This is something that Miyamika does quite often, and we have seen a couple of players whip this out in the new patch. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. One, Hydras do well against Phoenixes. This is true. I like the idea of rushing into Hydras against Rotterdam, but it's a 2-base all-in. That's 6 gateways, 2 are already done. I think that's going to be 8 gates in total from Rotterdam. So it's going to be a 2-base all-in with mass charge lots. And without Roaches and without Banelings, F91 may just die. Like, the 2-base all-in is designed to punish stuff like this. And to skip Roaches and to skip Banelings, we're in a lot of trouble. Baneling Nest just now starts. We are so heavily reliant on these Banelings. I'm concerned, though, because, like, Hydras are so gas-intensive, we're going to have a couple of Banelings, and it's very possible as well that Rotterdam, he could even pick up the Banelings as well with these Phoenixes. It's going to be a tight hold. A very tight hold here for F91. We'll see if he can pull it off, as he is just trying to break free from his supply block. 5 Overlords on the way. Hydras are amassing. Lings are moving out. And Lings should get a read on what's happening. They do get across the map. And they do get eyes on the mass zealots. And here we go. Rotterdam, he is committed to his all-in. He's sending everything across the map. And F91, he's getting ready back at home. The Baneling Nest is done, but we need those Banelings. Without them, there's nothing here to hold on. The Lings are out of position. They just made it back home. Banelings that will not finish in time. And we're collapsing into the natural. Dive on in. Good pickup here on the Hydras. Hydra's going to be going down. The Queens are being surrounded. And it looks like Rotterdam is going to snowball out of control. We do have reinforcements on the way. Hydras are trickling on in. But again, 0 Banelings, 0 Roaches. Nothing to deal with charge lots. Yeah, the natural has been broken, and from here we can push up into the main base as well. The Phoenixes aren't even necessary. I mean, to be honest, we didn't even need them when pushing into the natural. Like, they weren't even necessary, but, you know, they're doing what they can in the air. They're helping, they're supporting. I'll be honest, like, if it wasn't Phoenixes, if we had a War Prism to reinforce, like a War Prism to just, like, reinforce across the map, that would have been a little bit better. But regardless, we're breaking through, shutting down all these Overlords. GG gets called, and with that, Rotterdam will take down F91. Oh, where's the ceremony? Up. Up. Is it a potato? What is up? Up. Up. Is he leaving? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're back. would have been perfect if we lost connection. Aye. There we go. A classy win there from Roddy. Not too sure what that meme is, but yeah, you know, it's fine. GG, well played. Rotterdam will take it in the end. And that was basically a build order win. Kind of a build order win. I say kind of. There was a chance to defend, again, if we just had Banelings. And the Baneling Nest did finish in time, but there was 0 Lings at home. There were 0 Lings back at home. The Lings, if you remember, they were across the map, and they were racing back home. And by the time they made it back home, the all-in was already there. Rotterdam kind of beat him to the punch. And because the Lings were in transition, they weren't able to morph into any Banelings. And without Banelings, there is no defense there. There is no defense. GG, well played. Roddy takes down F91. And with that, we're getting ready for the ace match. We're getting ready for, I say ace match. We're getting ready for the 2v2. 2v2 is upon us.